Day 61. Live up to expectations. In this dialogue, Emma uses the phrase live up to expectations to describe her positive experience at a new coffee shop, which Liam then asks about. Emma explains that the shop met the positive predictions people had made about it. They plan to go together in the future. Here comes the dialogue.
The new coffee shop downtown has really lived up to expectations.
Lived up to expectations? What does that mean?
It means it has met or fulfilled what people hoped or predicted about it.
So, people had good things to say about it, and it turned out to be true?
Exactly. Everyone said they had the best coffee, and they were right.
I should check it out then. Did it live up to your expectations?
Yes, it did. I heard their pastries were homemade and delicious, and they didn't disappoint.
That's great to hear. It's not easy for places to meet the hype.
True. They also had a cozy atmosphere, just as I had hoped.
Sounds like a place I could spend hours in. We should go together next time.
I'd love that. It's always nice to enjoy good coffee with good company.
Then it's a plan. Let's see if it lives up to my expectations too. Day 62. Speaking of which, in this dialogue, Aiden and Nora discuss a book on space exploration, and Nora uses speaking of which to transition the topic to a related documentary. Aiden asks for clarification, and Nora explains the purpose of the phrase. They continue their conversation, using the expression to maintain the flow of the topic. Here comes the dialogue. I just finished reading that book you lent me about space exploration.
Oh, did you enjoy it? Speaking of which, did you watch the documentary on Mars I recommended?
Speaking of which, what does that mean?
It's a phrase we use when we want to introduce a topic related to what was just mentioned.
I see. It's like connecting the conversation to a similar subject?
Exactly. So, what about the documentary?
I watched it. It was fascinating. It made me even more curious about space travel.
That's great. Speaking of which, there's an exhibition at the Science Museum this weekend on the solar system.
Really? That sounds like something I'd enjoy.
I thought you might. Would you like to go together?
Absolutely. Thanks for letting me know about it.
My pleasure. It's always more fun to share interests with friends.
Day 63. As a nod to... In this dialogue, Oliver explains to Emily that the new mural in the park is meant to recognize the town's history. Emily asks for clarification on as a nod to, and Oliver describes it as a way of showing respect or acknowledgement. They discuss the significance of such art and the local artists involved. Here comes the dialogue. Did you notice the new mural at the park? It's as a nod to our town's history.
As a nod to? What does that mean?
It means it's done in recognition or acknowledgement of something. The mural pays tribute to our town's past.
I see. So it's like a symbol or gesture of respect.
Exactly. It includes images of the town's founders and important landmarks.
That's quite thoughtful. Art that honors history is important.
Definitely. And it's a good way for locals and visitors to learn about our heritage.
Do you know who painted it?
Yes, it was a group of artists from the local university as a nod to the growing art community here.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'll have to take a closer look next time I'm there.
You should. Maybe it'll inspire you to create something as a nod to your own interests.
Maybe I will. I've always been interested in painting.
Day 64, it's been a bumpy road. In this dialogue, Mia uses the expression, it's been a bumpy road, to describe the challenges of her first year in business. Carlos initially takes the phrase literally, but Mia explains it's a metaphor for experiencing difficulties. They discuss the hardships and lessons learned, with Carlos offering his support. Here comes the dialogue. How has the first year of running your own business been?
Honestly, it's been a bumpy road. We've faced quite a few challenges.
Bumpy road? Does that mean there were actual problems with the roads?
No, it's a metaphor. It means we've had many difficulties and setbacks.
I see. So, it hasn't been smooth sailing.
Exactly. But every challenge has taught us something valuable.
What's been the most challenging part?
Keeping the business afloat during slow months. But we're getting better at it.
I admire your perseverance. Many would have given up.
Thank you. I'm hopeful the road ahead will be smoother.
With your dedication, I'm sure it will be. If you need any help, let me know.
I appreciate that, Carlos. Your support means a lot.
Day 65. Outpull, outperform. In this dialogue, Liam and Emma discuss their team's success. Liam uses outpull and outperform to describe their achievements, and Emma asks for clarification on these terms. Liam explains that both terms relate to surpassing others in terms of performance, and they end the conversation on a positive note about future plans. Here comes the dialogue. Did you see the sales report? Our team really managed to outpull the others this quarter.
Outpull? What exactly does that mean?
It means our team attracted more customers and made more sales than the other teams.
Oh, so it's like saying outperform.
Right. To outperform is to do better than others in terms of results or achievements.
That makes sense. I'm proud of how hard everyone has worked.
Your marketing strategies really helped us to outperform our targets.
Thanks, but it was a team effort. Everyone contributed.
True, but your leadership played a key role.
Well, I hope we can continue to outpull and outperform next quarter.
With the dedication I've seen, I have no doubt we will.
Let's keep the momentum going. We'll start planning for the next quarter right away.